Welcome to the Pre-Patch Podcast. Enjoy these patch notes.
Yeah, so now we're into the VR portion of their stuff.
This is part two of why people hated this showcase, because a lot of people were pissed they were showing more VR stuff.
Why? That
Because
makes no fucking sense. They have a new fucking VR shit fucking headset. Of course they're gonna show shit.
people don't understand marketing. They don't understand
my
that this
God.
is an overall PlayStation showcase, not just, oh, we're gonna show games, guys. We need to show all the hardware that we're putting out. We need to show everything that is the
Yeah, that makes
PlayStation
no
brand.
sense to me. That makes no
So-
sense to me, and I'm not a PlayStation guy. Like, I understand this, and I'm not a PlayStation guy.
I mean, I get it, but I definitely, this is like the part where I'm like, it's just because I don't have a VR. I'm like,
That's because you don't
less
have a VR.
interested.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But,
They really
no,
are
I
making me
get
want to
it.
get VR though.
Yeah.
It does look good. Like, honestly, like the introductory right there, where he like holds the knife up and like blocks that.
Patches
That's
the
impressive.
chainsaw, yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive
Very
for
dope.
VR.
The thing about that people need to understand with VR2 is that they're not making money. They're not selling units. They have to have something, because people were some other
Didn't
people
they say that they sold more units than what was previously thought? It was actually they were
yes,
actually doing better.
they've sold a decent amount of they've sold projected units, but they're not selling to what I think it should be, right? Like I think that's the big thing, is like that it's not as
Also,
great, but there's a problem. The thing is, price is overpriced. It's priced
Yeah.
too high. Like
Yeah.
also,
Right.
I have a question, and Bill, you might know this.
Yeah.
Now, I know it says VR mode. Is this going to be its own game that you have to buy, or is this going to just be a VR mode for
I'd
the game?
I
imagine
don't
you'd
know.
have to buy it.
I
That's gonna
imagine
be
you would have to
interesting.
buy it.
Yeah.
If they just like to be able to push forward their VR headset, if they just release that as a free mode, that'd be huge.
well, they could.
It
I mean,
would
they
be
could
huge, but
bundle
I
it.
don't. Capcom likes money.
Yeah.
But I think Sony, if they should front that, right? They should front the bill for that and say, hey,
100%.
we're going to
I
throw
think
it in
I think
there,
to be able to push to be able to push forward their headset. They
Is
really
this
need
a
to have
sequel to
something.
that Arizona game?
This is Arizona
yes.
Sunshine
Arizona Sunrise
2, yes.
too. Arizona
Yeah.
Sunrise too. It's Sunrise.
I always wanted to play that again.
Get a VR headset, bro.
So
Go buy a PlayStation 5 and a PlayStation
I'm gonna
VR2.
go pick
Well,
up one of those cardboard ones where I could put my phone in it and
There you go.
Here's the thing about it too, that I think, and we said this, right? Sony,
Ah, wow.
they should what?
the face.
It is going to be a free DLC upgrade.
It is. That's
Wow.
huge, dude. That is fucking huge.
Good.
That
is
actually
surprising.
That's
yeah,
very
I was about to say that
Um,
actually might sell fucking headsets.
But
that is wild. Okay.
they
a good
really
move.
they really should. Sony needs to take their VR headsets and say, fuck it, we're making it compatible with Steam. Like we're making it
I think they
compatible with
will.
PCs.
They did it on the
They
first
have
one.
to, I feel
They,
like, you
they
know.
did
Yeah.
it eventually on the first one. I think they will.
because that will,
So speaking of the VR2, it's outselling what the PSVR1 did, and I think they're around 600,000 units sold.
I think that is only because people were more
well, the
comfortable with VR these
PSVR
days.
one didn't really have anything to really push it.
not just because of that, but I think it's because people are more interested and more
Yeah.
willing to get into VR these days than they were back when the PSVR 1 came out.
Yeah. But they said sales picked up after that initial launch week was disappointing.
Makes
They
sense.
have picked up. They're at 600,000 units sold, and on an upward trajectory.
I mean, if they were to bring it out to PC though and allow PC like it to be there, like the price point of it actually now becomes competitive. It actually becomes one of the better priced, because the units that are capable of doing what it does from a quality standpoint are thousands of dollars. And
The only problem that I have with it is that it's not wireless. It's still wired.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. From what I've heard though, that they handle the wiring very well.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I just think that you've got something like the one that I'm looking at right now, which is the Quest 2, right?
Yeah.
Granted, a great headset. It's a little janky with wireless. Honestly, if you don't have the wireless technology to kind of power that, you're going to get a lot of jank from it. And that's probably why they're doing that, is because it does take a lot. It is going to take a big investment for like ISP. You're going to have to have a decent speeds. You're going to have a decent wireless router, everything like that. But
Right.
it's one of those things where like I think that you do need to have wireless in some instances. Like it's not a very good experience when you have a giant fucking wire coming out the back of your head.
So I don't mean to detract from that, but do you guys think this is gonna be a open world, this one?
Well, the first one was
first
more
one was
like
open
it
world
was like
for-
But
more
it
kind of-
wasn't it more instanced?
Well, yeah, so
was-
you went from zone to zone, but it was a bigger it was like a bigger area that you could kind of walk around. So kind of like Dead
So
Island
just-
or Dead
So
Island.
just so the people that know that aren't watching, we are talking about Arizona Sunshine now. We've gone away from
Yeah.
the PSVR2.
Yeah,
That's
well, it's
still
still,
Rewind
it's
that.
still it's still in the PSVR2 realm.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Arizona Sunshine is a zombie shooter game.
Shooter.
you know?
Shooter, essentially.
yeah.
It's like zombie
You cut 'em up.
essentially.
Slash them. Yeah.
This one to me, I feel like because the first one took itself a little bit more serious at first. Like it was I played it when it first came out, and then I played the iterations of it as it continued the DLCs, which DLCs did a great job. It was nice, and it was fun. This
You know what this reminds me of?
it reminds me
Dead
of
This
Dead Island.
Dead Island too. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like
100%.
they
I think
took
that's
this
what
in a
they're
Dead
going
Island.
for
Yeah,
now.
they were like, oh, let's do this, right? Make it funny and quirky or whatever. The problem that I have with this is that, and I get like I think you probably have that with all VR titles. Like the game, like this is not what the game is going to look like. Like this is not the, So we're not
Though
getting.
it might like this does look a lot like the
PS5 graphics.
the PS5 graphics, but also it really reminds me very heavily of Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't think it's going to look like that. This game. So I don't know. Is there anything else want to talk about? Anything else about Sunshine 2?
I mean, it's
Okay.
coming out this year.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
coming out this year.
There you
impressive.
go.
And
Um,
I'm pretty sure that will also be backported, or you'll be able to play that on other headsets as well.
It is. It's coming out to PC. This game I have no understanding.
Competitive shooters on VR. Let's
why-
go,
I
baby.
So
don't think-
this-
is not competitive, is it? This isn't PvP.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yes.
I think this is just like a time cop style game. I
Is
don't
it
think
just
this
a time
is.
cop.
Yeah, I don't.
I
think
know
this
there's
is
at
actual
least
PvP.
one that is a PvP game.
I thought that I'm pretty sure this is a second version. Like the original PSVR had. I can't remember what's the name of this game. I can't remember what it was.
Crossfire. I
Crossfire.
don't think that
Crossfire.
this is
That
Crossfire
sounds
Sierra
so
Squad.
familiar.
Crossfire Sierra.
swear I don't
Squad.
think that
I'm pretty
this is
sure
a-
that it was on PSVR and it was a competitive shooter. It was on the first one as well.
It looks
I-
good.
Does it? You
I
think
could-
this,
I could- I
think
could
this
be
does
wrong,
not look
though.
good. I think
it
this
looks
looks bad.
okay.
I think it looks pretty decent for a shooter. I think it looks pretty good.
I
mean,
think they don't
in
know-
comparison to games that we have currently, like what's that one on the current VR
like,
headsets?
If it's competitive, like Onward or whatever else is.
I don't
Obviously,
think
that
it's.
was
I
always
don't think
like
it's
that.
competitive. It looks like a co-op.
That's what I say. I think it's a co-op like
shooter.
time cop like style, like going through things. But like, I don't know. Like, here's look at this. Whenever this. Okay, let me pause right here. This gives like what I don't like about it is like it's like is part of it looks cell shaded, part of it doesn't, right?
Okay, so yes, it's a Sierra Squad puts you in charge of a team, and you go throughout 13 mission campaign. You'll eliminate the baddies with your squad mates, providing backup. Once that's
Yeah,
done,
so-
the game features 50 additional missions for 2-player co-op.
Yeah.
blah, blah,
So it's
blah.
just
So
a campaign
it's just
shooter.
campaign game. But like
Yeah.
if you look at this, and again, if you're not here live, what we're looking at is basically a screen grab of this. Tell me that this not look cell shaded. Like there's part of this that
I
looks like
mean,
it's cell shaded,
The
part of
back
it's not.
wall kind of.
Like this back wall back here looks cell shaded. This guy right, like if I can I like
I think that the wall you're looking at the cell shading in the wall because of the grout, but
I'm just I don't
I don't know. To me, the my gripe is like the actual, like that guy snipe shot to that guy like did not look great to me. I mean,
again,
there's
granted,
no
it's
actual,
VR.
like-
Like
get
there,
it, but-
it's hard to snipe in VR. bro.
no, not his
Are you,
accuracy, bro.
are you
Oh,
talking
okay.
about the head didn't
The-
explode?
Yeah, head didn't explode. Like he just kind of
Yeah.
like got boom, and then some blood came out, and that was it. Like there,
I so what my
and,
gripe,
and again, one thing that I'll say is like it's VR. Like you're not gonna get
I understand
high
but
fidelity
Yeah,
gruesome
but-
gore out of a VR game.
I disagree with that because like if you look at like Horizon
yeah,
the
we
VR
just
that they
saw
did that
Arizona.
like like you
Sunshine
can
who
get
were doing
very
that.
with
Well, we
this
didn't
headset-
see any
we didn't
actual
see
gameplay. so
gameplay,
you're
but
sure-
they've done it. But they've done it in the past.
but like I my issue here is that I'm like what this it doesn't seem to like push VR forward in a direction like this seems very old school like like 5 years ago VR, right? Like, okay, double guns, like kind of waving
Okay, listen.
everywhere. Like
We've heard Sin go on this old school talk about games looking old school and stuff, but this is one I can agree with him on. I'm with you on this one, man.
I think it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Sure. I mean,
It looks like Fear, kind of.
No, I don't think it looks that bad. Fear was
Yeah,
rough.
I think it looks fun.
I mean, it looks fun, but just like I can definitely see the graphic. Like it doesn't.
I can just name 17 other games that do
great.
the exact same shit, VR wise.
Yeah.
That,
I
you know,
mean,
that-
it's
that's
it,
this,
I'm-
like,
we're not talking about the fact that like there's not a lot of
well,
I
I
variety.
am
Well,
talking
yeah.
about
variety in
That's
it,
what I
like-
am saying though. Like I just don't see
Yeah.
the point in
The
this.
game, gameplay wise, sure, it looks fun and whatnot, but like I don't think, like Sin said, they're not pushing on.
That's
I don't
that's just a problem of the entire VR industry, right? Like they're not pushing any kind of variety out. That has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the PSVR. That's just
I'm not saying a PSVR. I'm
They're
saying
just going
VR
down
in
the same
general.
route.
Like just pick out
I'm
another
just going off
17,000
the
thing.
game.
Like this
yeah.
game, like you see. Okay, so now we're on Synapse. This is the next, next game that they're showing. Yeah, like this game is still in the shooter genre, but they're doing some cool different things. Like great, like this gives me like a Half-Life Alex vibe.
But they're
like,
not really doing cool new things. It's the exact same shit from fucking, like you said, like Half-Life Alex and what's it called? There's that one, yeah, like Boneworks, but there's another one. I can't remember the name of it. I was literally talking about it last night.
You talking about the other Boneworks?
No,
well,
it's the one super hot. Super hot. Like
Super Hot,
it literally just looks like Half-Life Alex, Boneworks, and Super Hot to me.
right, but we don't. Half-Life Alex is to the quality of what Half-Life Alex is.
What are you wanting from the VR space specifically? Like,
no,
what do you want to see coming from this? Like,
I think this is great. I think
industry?
this is cool. I think this is great. What I'm just saying about that one specific game is that Smilegate game is just like, I could literally, if I took that game and you didn't put a name to it, didn't put anything, and I could go grab 7 other games that are the exact same exact shit of that, and you would not be able to tell a difference.
I can see that argument. No,
that's
I can.
That's my point. Like, it's not that the game is bad or whatever. I'm just saying, like, to be in a showcase of this nature, I think this is great. I think Resident Evil 4, great. I think the Arizona Sunrise
Especially
2,
since it's
sure,
free. Holy.
great. Like, that's all great. This is John, in my mind, this pushes the boundary of VR a little bit farther, right? Horizon, great. That pushes the boundary. But if I go into Steam and I pull up fucking VR games and I put shooter, you're going to see the same shit that you just saw with Smilegate's game. And I'm just kind of like, okay, like, I don't know.
Kind of a copy paste shooter.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like,
I gotcha.
why?
Yeah,
You know?
I get that.
Let's talk about Synapse though, because I
yeah.
think Synapse does look really
It does look good.
interesting.
Yeah.
Synapse
I-
that looked pretty dope.
I think
This is the second time I
Synapse
think we've
is a
seen
very interesting. It is. We saw it in their summer showcase or whatever
Yeah.
it was recently. But I think that, like, granted, I think that it does look like those games that I mentioned earlier, but I think that they do it in a very artistic way, and I think they do it in a very interesting way where they're bringing certain aspects of each of those into play very, very nicely. I think they did a really good job with it personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and I think that what we talked about, like it looking like super hot. And again, for what for anybody that's not here live, by the way, if you haven't gotten the gist, come watch us live, guys. Is, it's basically like you're moving across the world, in a fast paced genre, and like you're using powers in the world around you to kind of take out enemies, and the color scheme is very
I
super
like
hot.
that fist crush thing. Like he
Yeah.
picks up the barrel and then he crushes it and then
Yeah.
it makes it explode.
I think this is a very, I get like the time trial
also-
style.
it also
Color
gives
scheme
me-
is really cool.
It also gives me very heavy Into the Radius vibes too, with like the
Oh, I
weird
forgot about
enemies,
that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
like the weird like dreamscape or whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
I think too, like just again the ability that they're, you're getting superpowers or wow, that's coming right. That's right around the corner. You're getting like
Yeah.
futuristic power, superpowers, or what do you want to call them? Telekinetic powers, and the gun. Like it's cool. I think it's really cool. Beat Saber is the
Why are we
next thing
seeing
up,
Beat Saber again?
because Beat
That's-
Saber is coming to PlayStation.
Because
5.
Beat Saber's coming to PlayStation. Yeah,
It's never been on
like,
PlayStation.
I don't think so. I don't think it was on the PlayStation for the
I mean,
the first one.
I have no idea. It's just why I asked. I thought it
Beat
was.
Saber always wins though.
Dude, this game sells a shit ton. This game
Oh,
sells
yeah.
fucking.
I mean,
a
this
Beat
is your
Saber
Guitar
win.
Hero
We-
of today's
We
age.
we have a Taxius. Taxi's probably gonna be like, "Why are you outing me on this?" But he loves this shit. He plays this shit all the
I
time.
Dude,
love
it's-
this shit, man. I played
I
it for
mean,
the first
I-
time last year on vacation,
Uh,
and it was wild,
It
dude.
will
Playing
kick
It's
some,
even a
your-
good workout.
It'll kick
playing
your
some
ass, man.
Fallout Boy.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
excited about. And I'm excited about
Queen
Queen.
music back. Ooh.
Yeah.
so
I'm
so
saying-
pause it really quickly. Pause it.
Okay.
Pause it. I have a very controversial take right here. I don't think Queen's that great.
You're fucking
Some
high.
instances.
You're fucking
Yeah.
high.
bro.
See,
Like
no,
I
no.
like some of their songs, but
You
like
ever
the song
watched
that
Bohemian
Fucking
Rhapsody
high.
the movie?
yeah.
Okay, I don't know, because to me, I was not the biggest Queen fan either until I watched that movie. I gained like
No.
a good respect.
I,
for Queen.
I like Queen and I do respect them. I think that they're a good like the
I
band
thought he was
itself
overplayed, and I can understand if that's
yeah,
what you.
that's
think.
my
Like,
biggest thing is like there's certain
radio overplayed
songs
for sure.
yeah there's
but
certain songs like the one that they played for that specific I can't remember the name of it, but it's extremely
Rhapsody.
overplayed one. I don't think
You're,
they played Bohemian Rhapsody.
no,
I can't remember
it's-
which one it
it's-
was.
I think it's Radio killed the. No, not Radio killed the.
No.
The,
Don't Stop Me
Whatever
Now.
it was. Yeah, it was Don't Stop Me Now. Yes.
Don't
I-
stop
Oh.
me
that
now.
was that's like one of the ones that's played constantly.
Like, dude,
And
Dude,
Shaun of
nuts,
the Dead
man.
with that song was amazing. you
You're-
can't argue.
I'm not saying that I don't like Queen in general. I'm just saying that like I do think that a lot of their fucking music is overplayed.
You're crazy.
Overplayed, but I still
Yeah.
jam
I'm not-
out
I'm
to
not-
that shit.
I'm not saying that it's a terrible band. I'm not saying I don't enjoy some of Queen's songs. I'm just saying that like
You
that
literally
specific
started this state. I will retract some of the hate now, but
Yeah.
you literally started this statement by saying that they're overhyped. They're overhyped. They're
Overhyped and overplayed are different to me.
yeah, overplayed.
Well, then
you
I
know, or
misspoke.
whatever else.
Yeah.
Sure, I
That's
can
what I
agree.
mean.
I will.
I can agree.
I
Yeah,
can't because I
overplayed.
think I love their music, but
But right, me too. But like you hear it on the radio,
It's
like
constant,
every other song.
yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
not
I
not just
literally have
the
a-
radio. Not just the radio, like anything, commercials,
Anything,
fucking
sure.
TV shows, fucking movies, everything.
I mean, they're a great band, dude. Enigma, don't
overplayed,
ever
maybe
call my
not
wife anymore
overhyped.
because I'm gonna tell her that you said that. I'm gonna tell her exactly what you said.
She gonna
that
fucking send a hitman out for me now.
She is going to
She will-
drive
she
you and beat the
will
shit out
be
of
the
you.
hitman, bro.
Dude, she is a huge Queen fan, like huge
God.
Queen fan,
Huge.
So, all right,
Huge.
so let's come into Beat Saber.
Beat Saber's coming to PlayStation.
Yeah, Beat Saber's coming to PlayStation.
I hope you enjoyed this section of the patch notes. And if you want to see more of this kind of content, maybe check us out live every Thursday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern on both Twitch and YouTube. Also, check out our other patch notes and check out our podcast uploads on anchor.fm/prepatch podcast or wherever podcasts are listened to. Much love.